Charlotte Motor Speedway. They're lean, they're mean, they're 5 to 7 horses, a man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. The Coast to Coast Racing League 350A Modifieds, Pro Late Models, and the 360 Sprint Cars. We are in the home stretch of Coast to Coast Racing League action, and tonight on another edition of Monday Night Madness, we had to a fast, we had to a racing track, a lot of passing, and the home of the Dirt Car Nationals, beautiful Volusia Speedway Park in Barberville, Florida, near the Daytona International Speedway. We are in for a treat tonight, that's for sure. So glad you could join us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Marty Sakala with you. We are going to get right into things as qualifying has just begun for our Open 350 Modifieds. First driver we'll watch on the track is Michael Vitale, the jokester. It's in the Vitale Motorsports 213. Again, qualifying is underway. Vitale sets the bar to 16.737. Joseph Grandi, 16.80, as he goes second quickest. Scott Rayom, meanwhile, goes quick time, 16.67 for the driver of the slide of the FTM Express number 4. Jeff Barker, fourth quick on lap number 1 at a 16.82. Does anyone pop up in the purple? That is the question. Lap 2 is a 16.707 for slide job, Scotty. Anthony Morano, meanwhile, sixth quickest in the FTM number 32. Drops down to 7th after a good lap time from Jeff Barker up to 5th. Morano, lap number 2, better, 16.758 for the Magic Ant-Man. Isaac Salas, meanwhile, quick time at a 16.666, 1/1000th of a second quicker than Scott Rayom. So the slide jobbers on the front row. Trevor Giroux could have a chance to knock his buddy off. Green in segment 1, same in sector 2, up to 7th, 1680. Isaac Salas the quickest. 22 drivers with us here tonight. So we've got 3 heats of racing. Harold Klump, Logan Wentz, Steven Stewart in positions 10 through 12 are your pole sitters for our 3 heats this evening. So glad you joined us. Meanwhile, on the Slide Job Racing American Coast to Coast Racing Network, Marty Sakala with you. Our buddy Zach Chapman a little bit under the weather, so hope you're feeling better, Shaggy. We'll have Trevor Giroux join us in the booth after Open 358 Modifieds. But get on to things here with heat race number 1 this evening. Our first heat of the night is brought to you by our friends at Camblin Motorsports, an official team of the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Here's your starting lineup for our pole qualifying heat race. As on the pole, it is Harold Klump in the 2. Next to him, it's the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux, in the 75. Row number 2, the Jokester, Michael Vitale in the 213. And Slide Job, Isaac Salas in car number 5. Row number 3, it's the Mayor, Steve Bixler in the 75, and the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Final row tonight, Bud Molyneux, who is in the 883, and next to him, it's Gary Sigelkow in car 25. Let's know who you're rooting for in the chat tonight. Dean Reynolds watching from Texas Roadhouse in Concord, North Carolina. Happy birthday, Dino. Give him your loudest yee-haw! And hello to Mark checking in as always. Green flag is out. Winner on pole. Here we go for Heat 1. Klump off to a good start as Vitale and Giroux do battle for the second position. Bixler looks for 4th, meanwhile, and Isaac Salas. Everybody makes the field regardless of what happens tonight. Lap 1 on the board. It's led by the 2 of Klump. Vitale takes 2nd. Now peeks downstairs on Klump for the race lead. Low line where you want to be early. Of course, it's a good place for the slider line. Then the feature, going to want to try and rip the top up. Here comes Vitale for the race lead off for turn number 4. Vitale leads lap 2. Has the quickest lap at a 16:78. Meanwhile, Giroux looks for 2nd, but the blinking Isaac Salas once again thought about going 3 wide for that runner-up position. Decides not to take a crack at it. Up the hill goes Klump in that 2 spot, looking for grip off for turn number 2, but that top shelf just has not set in yet. The cushion's not the place you want to be at the moment. How about Bud Molyneux? Started back in 7th. Up in the 5th position. On board with him as he looks for 4th on Salas. Oh, but he clipped the jersey barrier. You could hear it closely how it scraped up. 16:74 that last time by for Molyneux. Still trying for 4th by Harold Klump. Looks like he may have that top shelf working. Just barely let it over Trevor Giroux. 3 laps to go in Heat 1. Giroux still trying. Vitale shuts the door. 2 to go. It's a 1/4 of a second advantage for the Jokester on both Giroux and Klump. Salas thinks about threading the needle. 3 wide for 3rd possibly. And that is the case of the turn number 3. Molyneux, good corner entrance. Salas, does he look good in the middle? No, it's Klump, and he's able to hang on for 3rd on corner exit. Final lap underway. It's still the Jokester. Vitale out in front as long as he hangs on to the bottom. He'll take the heat win over Trevor Giroux. Giroux looks for one final shot. That's 75. That won't work. Checkers way. Vitale on pole tonight. Giroux 2nd. Salas 3rd. Klump 4th. Molyneux 5th. Bixler 6th. Dittmer 7th. And Sigelkow in 8th. So the Vitale Motorsports 213 is on pole position tonight. Giroux will start 4th. As we move on to Heat 2 tonight, brought to you by Regency Home Inspection, proud partner of Brian Lawson and the rest of the Venom Racing team. Logan Wentz on pole position. He's in the 118. Next to him, it's the Brewer to Beast, Jeff Barker, in the 513. Row number 2, the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32. And Slide Job Scotty, Scott Riome in the 4. Row number 3, Brian Lawson in car number 9. Next to him, Bob D. Good in the 7. And the final car on the grid tonight, Michael Vecchio in the 247. Open 358s are brought to you by our friends at Regency Home Inspections, based out of the New York, Vermont area. Brian, by the way, a certified professional inspector, focusing on precision and customer satisfaction. Winner starts on the front row tonight. As we're green for Heat 2. Nice start for Logan Wentz, but got a little bit tight. May have opened up the door for the Magic Ant-Man for the race lead. Morano peeks downstairs. He wants the 2-for-1 Kmart special in a matter of one opening lap. He's got help from behind his teammate, Scott Rayol. Morano barely may have led lap number 1. FTM occupy 3 of the top 4 spots with Jeff Barker hanging out there in his Can-Am Racing Team 513. Rayom still trying to get third from the Bird to Beast, and he's got it. Logan Wentz still trying for that race lead. Quickest guy on track, though, last lap was 5th place Lawson in a 16.83. On board with Logan Wentz in the 118. Still 2 by 2 as we come to halfway, this time by 4 up and 4 down. And it's just way too close one to call once again. These two are going back and forth, trading the lead about every 5-10 seconds. Morano got a little bit tight there that last time by, could help out Logan Wentz. And it does big time. Wentz able to clear the 32 with 3 to go. Morano fighting back. I may have seen some sparks come off of the retaining wall. He may have clipped the jersey barrier and could have done some damage up front for the steering side of things, or well, do damage to the time he's got as Scott Rayon moves up to second with 2 to go. Lawson all over Barker meanwhile for P2. Battle for second, battle for fourth. This is the action spot right now. Coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go. Barker almost slide jobbed Lawson. Thought about it for just a moment. They leave each other the lanes. Rayom and Morano stay battling for second, but up front, Logan Wentz to the FTM 118 to the checkered flag. He's your Heat 2 winner. Rayom second, Morano third, Barker fourth, Lawson fifth, Vecchio sixth, Andy Good in seventh. One more heat race left to go, brought to you by Maurer Farm Management, the official sponsor of our retreads division. So here's how they line up. Steven Stewart on pole position, the 29, making a rare appearance in open 358. Next to him, the Bandit, Randall Dixon in the 011. Row number 2, 100 grand, Joseph Grandy in the 518, and Sam Bachman in the 007. Row number 3, the Snake, Jake Henry in the 171, and Randy Shreves in the 56. Final car on the grid tonight, John Morano in car 33. Let's take a look at your standings coming on in for Open 358's action. Your top 2 are the ones we're watching closely in the standings. Isaac Salas with the drops coming in has a 13-point advantage on Anthony Morano. 15 points behind Morano is Bachman in third. And about 48 points back, the fourth spot is Trevor Giroux.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag waves, Heat 3 underway. Stewart with a good start off at 2. Bachman thought about throwing the needle off the corner, going 3 wide, but he keeps it going. No yaw from Grandy, hits Randall Dixon. Dixon gets yeeted up the track and drops to last. And everyone goes past him like a speeding bullet. So the Bandits got a lot of work to do. That cost Grandy big time. Look out, Jake Henry goes around. Nice save for him in the 171. But look at this threesome for the race lead. 3 wide for the top spot. Grandy considers threading the needle. Bachman wants to go 2 for 1. Is it going to work? That 007, quickest car on the racetrack, 1694. Holds down Mama's Basement. Not in command, though. That's Grandy in the middle groove. He tries to squeeze Bachman underneath. Grandy able to clear that 107, that 007 rather, for right now. Stewart looks low. Behind down, the battle for fourth continues to shape up. Dixon rebounding quite well. He's up to fifth past John Morano. Next target is Randy Shreves in that fourth spot. 3 to go, 10th of a second lead, about a quarter of a car length between Grandy and Bachman. Bachman may have had a lift for just a moment as you're on board with him. Beautiful 3 and 4. You can just see him wheeling that 358. 2 laps to go. They've pulled away by about 0.6 of a second over Steven Stewart. It's going to have to take contact for the top 2 if Stewart wants a chance at it. Bachman following Grandy for right now. Grandy still clears him. Final lap underway. Grandy, middle groove. Bachman, how low can you go? Bachman builds up to the quarter panel. Does Grandy give him the lane? That is the case. Side by side off for 4. No. Grandy takes the win in Heat 3. Bachman second, Stewart third, Shreves fourth, Dixon fifth, Morano sixth, and Jake Henry seventh. Well, we are off to a good start here tonight on Monday Night Madness. We'll take our first break of the night. When we come back, 30 laps of Open 358 action. Stay with us, the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Warm-ups continue here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Anthony Morano the quickest at a 16:87. Sam Bachman second, 16:94. Michael Vitale third, 16:97. Fourth, Isaac Salas, 16:98. And Randall Dixon fifth at a 16:99. See who else is checking in. Butters checking in as always, rooting for Venom Racing. Corey Denson also checking in. We miss you too, man. Hopefully you join us once again soon. It's a little quiet without you. So I was actually hanging out in the Venom chat before we got going, and we had a fun little debate. Where would Dino be partying for dinner tonight? Safe to say we were way off on our prediction. So alrighty, We are set to go for our first feature of the night. Let's meet the field and give you the RSN trackside starting lineup. On the pole, Michael Vitale, the jokester in the 213. Next to him, Logan Wentz in the 118. Row number 2, Joseph Grandy, 100 grand in the 518. And the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux in the 75. Row 3, Scott Rayom, Slide Job Scotty in the 4. And Sam Bachman in the 007. Row number 4, Slide Job, Isaac Salas in the 5. And the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32. Rounded out the top 10, Steven Stewart in the 29. And Harold Klump in the 2. Row number 6, the Brewer to Beats, Jeff Barker in the 513, and Randy Shreves in car 56. Row 7, Bud Molyneux in the 883, and Brian Lawson in the 9. Row number 8, Randall Dixon, the Bandit in the 011, and Steve Bixler, the Mayor, in the 75. Rest of the field tonight, row 9, Michael Vecchio in the 247, John Morano in the 32. Row 10, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83, and Bob DeGo in the 7. Final row tonight, the Snake, Jake Henry in the 171, and Gary Sigelkow in the 25. Picks tonight on who I think's going to win. Give me... Oh, boy. This is a tough one. Give me Joseph Grandy for the win. Take one more lap here before we go racing. Next time by, the field will see the Flatline Racing Bodies green flag, official sponsor of our Renegades division, which our top division on Monday nights if you're new to coast action. There's the flip pit in 1 and 2. Nobody wants to end up in the flip pit. So that leaves you pretty much no choice but to tow. You'll see why when we have the sprint cars later on tonight. Well, the field is in turns number 3 and 4. Steve King Foundation pace car makes the left-hand turn to pit road. First time tonight that it's time to shake and bake. Vitale and Wentz bring us to green with the Open 358 Modifieds. So glad you could join us. It's time to get it on. Up the hill goes Vitale. Logan Wentz tries to get the lead. Good traction from Vitale, though, off at turn number 2. Grandy closes in on him at the same time. Giroux and Rayon battle for the 4th position. Lap number 1 up on the board, and it's led by Vitale. They touch battling for the race lead. Grandy still stuck in 2nd. Stuck in 3rd, rather. It's 3 wide as Rayon and Giroux each look underneath the Inferno ride. Oh! Up the hill goes Grandy. No yawn to turn number 3 and loses a boatload of spots. He's down to 8th. And some more contact there with Isaac Salas. We saw that as well back in the heat race. We actually, no, correct me. Saw in a different heat race, rather. Wentz keeps her up top. Morano, I think he clipped the jersey barrier, but there's contact in the back. Somebody up in the air. That was Michael Vecchio in the 247. No caution flag, and now it comes out. We had Lawson, Dittmer, Henry, Vecchio, Morano. In the back of the pack, bringing out our first yellow of the night. And that is our slow-mo replay, which is what we don't want. But we'll show you here what happened. Ooh, contact with Steven Stewart. It's just a big stack up on back. Look at the airtime by Vecchio. On board with Brandon Dittmer. Hanging out in the back of the pack of this one. What a view he gets of Vecchio. Let's go with the Snake, Jake Henry. It was John Morano that caught the back of Vecchio. Why not on board with him in the Blue Crew ride? Saw nothing but the stars. First caution waves here tonight. And it comes on lap number 4. We'll have our first double file restart in just a moment. So here's how they look. Vitali and Wentz, row 1. Giroux and Rayon, row 2. Bachman and Morano, row 3. Grandy and Salas, row 4. Klump and Barker round out the top 10. Vitali selects the bottom side, and he has the right to fire whenever he wants.
Green flag, green flag.
Vitali holds serve, but he goes up the hill. Logan Wentz crisscrosses. Battle for the late race lead. Breaks out off for turn 2. Logan Wentz with the advantage going into the corner. Slide jobs Vitali, the jokester, diamonds 3 and 4, and he has the lead for right now. Fallujah, known as one of the many tracks that I like to call Slide Job City because it's very easy to trade some slide jobs here. Wentz goes forward with a slider. Vitali counters. Meanwhile, 3 wide for 4. Giroux hanging out in 3rd. Look at Rayon though. Nice corner exit in the slide in the FTM Express ride. Ooh, look at the jokester trying to pinch Wentz down on board with Trevor Giroux. Good exit though from Vitali. Meanwhile, it is a garage. Oh my goodness, look out! Back of the pack, one driver caught air. Vecchio is involved. John Morano, Gary Sigelkow, Bob DeGood. Staying green for now if everybody can keep her straight, and that is the case. Now the leaders are about to approach some lap traffic. DeGood stop. He's nearly stopped on track. That car's crab walking. Get that car towed. Yeah, he was nothing he could do. Yellow flag is out. Better safe than sorry. You don't want to wreck any of your opponents. Bob trying to get that to the pits, but he was just stuck on the outside because of the lap traffic. That's just the unfortunate deal with these yellows coming out way too late on iRace. And again, these are not race control yellows. Look at the hit that DeGood takes and Sigelkow. Again, these are iRacing controlled yellows. No, we do have race control admins, but they are not triggering the yellow flag. On board with Gary Sigelkow from the back. That was the Sigelkow on board. Let's ride on board with Vecchio. Get a good view in front of this. Man, got a nice view of the belly pan and almost had it missed. John Morano. He tapped Vecchio, got him sideways. Oh, and he actually caught air too. Too much throttle there for Johnny. So as we work lap number 10, we'll pop up the 5-lap average here for the first time tonight. Show you who the quickest car is on the racetrack. And you can see it's just about dead even right now between 1st, 3rd, and 4th. We'll watch this restart here for the Chapman Racing drone. Vitali and Wentz, row 1. Vitali selects the baby bottom. Giroux and Rayon, row number 2. Morano, Bachman, row 3. Salas, Grandy, row 4. Barker, Molyneux round out the top 10. Coming back to the green flag, 9 laps complete. 21 laps remain in our open 358s. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Stack up on the bottom. Salas, Morano, Grandy all exchanging the bumper. But the best restart we've seen from Vitali all night long. Wentz trying to fend off an attack from Trevor Giroux for the second spot, but Giroux's got other problems. Slide job, Scotty up to 3rd. Meanwhile, contact sideways. It's Logan Wentz catches Giroux, yeeted by Bud Molyneux, hanging onto that car for dear life. Oh my no! Randy Shreve spins. He may be able to keep his second spot because of that. Oh my goodness. Logan Wentz, Christmas came early for the RU18. Well, tomorrow, I wonder if Logan will be playing All I Want for Christmas Is You a little bit early. Here's what happened to Randy Shreves. Trying to avoid this melee. All is good, but then he got caught by Bud Molyneux. And how nobody hit him when he went up the banking, I don't know. Doing the right thing, lifting off the throttle, but then, yeah, just got caught there. Single cow missing it, barely. Wow, that was tight. Biggest mover on the track right now at the moment belongs to the Snake, Jake Henry. He started 21st, currently running in the 13th spot, up 8 positions. In fact, show you the biggest movers and losers on track. No offense to the losers, that's just, I think, how they call it. All single file restarts here for the rest of this one. Vitale to bring the field back to green with 11 laps complete. Now he gets that freebie lap, obviously, but does Logan Wentz go for anything else here after Vitale squeezed him? So Vitale holds serve. Morano peeks downstairs on Giroux for the 4th position. Philly Flyer trying to look deep as well on Scott Rayom for 3rd. 12 laps complete. Soswell, Rayom go up the track for just a moment, but lifting because of that 4. He thinks about threading the needle here. 3 wide on track for the 3rd position. Morano gets a little tight on corner exit. That battle for 2nd and again shapes up here. Rayom testing the top shelf on his teammate. Wentz gets a little tight, tries to cut off his line. Does Rayom look low? He doesn't. Next time by, we'll be halfway home with 15 up and 15 down. And this is the best battle on the racetrack, while Vitale has a 0.6 of a second lead. Good race for 4th here. Morano. You know him. He's the second half bottom master. No matter what open 358, what track it is, as long as it's open 358, he'll start to cook down there. Find the moisture that everyone else can't find. Look at this 5-car Hornet's nest for 2nd. 3 wide for the runner-up spot. Wentz is caught. Rayom is caught. The Magic Ant-Man. What's the possession? Oh, boy! Wow. That was not pretty. Just hard racing, drivers fighting for the same piece of real estate. And I believe Logan catches another break because I don't think he turned that car around. Was just on 2 wheels. Then he kept the car going. A look at the replay. Oh my. As a team owner, that is a nightmare. Right on board Bachman here. We're all having a good old time. See, it doesn't look like Giroux did anything in that accident either. Man, that is a tough break for all of those FTM drivers out there. So, Logan Wentz did go to the pits. He will restart in 21st position. using a quick repair. Better safe than sorry. Coming to 1 to green this time by. So Michael Vitale out in front. One couple weeks ago, the last time he was running a coast-to-coast event. It was at Charlotte, October 24th. Started on pole and won the feature. It was with a fixed 358. Now he's looking for his first ever win on Monday nights.
Green, green, green.
He's got 12 laps to hold off a bunch of hard-charging drivers in Rayome, Giroux, Salas, maybe even Grandy as we're back to green. Salas easily past Giroux. Third spot is his. Just has to secure it at the line, which he does. Next target is Rayome for second. But still does not have the Philly Flyer cleared. Again, that low side was starting to come in really well. We saw Morano do it. Salas trying to do it, and now Vitale is using it too. But Scott Rayome is good anywhere. Bottom, middle, top. He don't care. When that car has an express next to it, you know it's fast. 9 laps to go. Back to the 5-lap average once again to show you who the quickest car is. We saw Rayome last lap catch the wall down the back chute. And Vitale is quick, but it looks like Salas is nearly matching his pace. Eight to go. The gap increasing. 0.7 of a second for the jokester. Salas, meanwhile, has lost third. Trevor Giroux has reclaimed the spot. How about Randall Dixon up 9 spots into 6th? And the Snake has rattlesnaked his way up 13 spots through to 8th. Yellow flag is out, though, with about 5 to go, just over 5 to go. And it's for Brandon Dittmer. This could get interesting now. Biggest lead that, in my opinion, that Vitale had. That's for off a couple more drivers. Dittmer gets sideways. Does he lose it himself, or was there contact? There was contact off of Bixler. On board the Spider Monkey. First he gets sideways off of Bachman. Great catch from the 83. And Bixler got sideways. I don't know how, if he lost himself or if there was contact. But yeah, Bixler lost it first. Then Dittmer had nowhere to go. So going back to the things I was talking about here. Vitale looking for his first ever win on a Monday night. Actually, I take that back. He's got 2 wins on a Monday night. That came back in the spring in March at Kern Raceway and April at Knoxville Raceway. I should have known because I called his Charlotte race that he won at. So he's looking for his 4th career win. Scott Rayome in 2nd. Rayome's run limited starts this year. Actually, he's only missed 1 race, but he's yet to have a top 5 this season. Giroux in 3rd, looking for win 1. Salas in 4th, looking for win 6, and he's dominated the 358 portion of the season. We're back to green. The 5 again, trying to grab 3rd. And it's his. But Giroux doesn't want to lose another spot. Here comes Grandy, but pushes up a little bit. Giroux hangs on to third, 5 to go. The lead at 4/10 of a second over Rayome. Scott Rayome's got to turn on the nitrous oxide and get things going. 4 to go. This is the battle we're all watching, though. The bottom step of the podium. Giroux, Salas, and Granny have been going to war for like all 30 laps here tonight. Giroux getting the better advantage on corner exit. Salas looks slow. He's trying to get an open lane to slide job, but it's not working. He may have to consider entering high and exiting down low. But that's tough to do here. Meanwhile, 2 laps to go for Michael Vitale. 4/10 of a second lead on Scott Rayome. He is so good whenever he starts from pole position. Every single one of his wins have come from inside the top 5. He's looking for his 4th career win. Scott Rayome trying to give it one last shot in the FTM Express. But it's the Vitale Motorsports 213 who has put the jokes away. It's time to get serious. Michael Vitale, first win of the season in the Open 358. Rayome 2nd, Giroux 3rd, Salas 4th, and Grandy in 5th. Jake Henry, your biggest mover, up 13 spots to finish 8th, but it's Michael Vitale and the Gears Unlimited Vitale Motorsports 213 that takes the checkered flag. 4th career win, 1st of the season in the Open 358 series. As your top 3 come together for a podium shot. Isaac Salas coming in for his give congratulations to the top 3. With the run Salas had, should extend the points lead over Anthony Morano. Morano may have to use a drop out of that with his 15th place finish. We talk about Dixon with a good run, Henry with a good run. How about Bud Molyneux up 6 spots tonight, finished 7th. Lawson had a tough preliminary action, started 14th. He finishes in the 9th spot. 11 through 20, the heartbreaks without question. FTM drivers, Anthony Morano, Sam Bachman. You can even see even Logan Wentz as well, finishing 18th. The track just ran out when it came to trying to pass. So we are ready to go to talk to your top 3. Let's talk to the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux, and get his opinion on the race. Started 4th and finished 3rd. Trevor, was it tough holding off Isaac there in those final few laps?
Yes, it absolutely was. I was kind of searching there the final, 5 to 10 laps there, trying to see just what was going to work to kind of, get a couple car lengths on him and hopefully chase down Scott and Michael there. But it was just they were too quick tonight, and I was just wanted to settle for a 3rd here.
How'd you feel about your car as a whole tonight? Obviously, it was tough to pass in the final few laps. Rayome and Vitale definitely looked better tonight. But how'd you feel, though, in the final few laps?
Car actually felt really good. I spent a little bit of time adjusting a few things on the setup and just getting the car to feel a little more planted on the right rear. And I think I did a pretty good job of building the setup to where the car kind of worked on the bottom and middle and the top. I definitely felt more comfortable on the top, especially in 3 and 4. But I felt like when I like early on in the race, when I was kind of forced to run middle bottom, starting on the inside, the car was also working. So overall, car and the track were great tonight.
Who do you want to give shout outs to?
Just give a shout out to Isaac there and on a good run there, and all the guys at Venom, of course, and Dean Reynolds with the Super Dirt Car Series, RSN Trackside, Big Tim Race Wraps, LDS, Yeah, I think I'm forgetting. Oh, Coast to Coast. Everyone at Coast to Coast here, and of course you, Marty, are doing the broadcast.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you go. Congratulations, and we'll talk to you in just a moment.
Yes, sir.
So Trevor Giroux in third. We're going to put him back into the waiting room for now. We're going to bring up Scott Rayome in the 4 and talk about his run. Started 5th, finished 2nd. But, Scott, you needed this. Your first top 5 of the year on Monday night.
Yeah, you would think I would be a little better on the open 358 sets, but man, it's been a tough year.
Exactly. What the hell's been going on?
It's just been bad luck. I mean, if you look at my incident points, it's just every week it's just, I'm getting caught up in messes and it is what it is. I mean, but open 358s, it should have been my baby and I was really looking forward to it, but I think I was like 15th in points or something. So yeah, it's been a disappointing year, but yeah, happy to get one here at one of my favorite tracks.
Absolutely. Take me through your race. How was your car? Took advantage as well of that big wreck that happened in front of you. You were able to dodge it.
This setup I have for this track here, it's a playoff from one of the Swan Speed shops, with a couple of tweaks from DJ Sim Shop, and this thing rips. I mean, I was just telling Michael I was getting him in 3 and 4, but he could run 1 and 2 better, and I didn't want to follow him because I can't get around him if I'm following him. So, but I was literally, once the car sets and I hear the RPMs at a certain level in 3 and 4, I was wide open, completely wide open coming off the corners, and that car just sticks. And little disappointing. I couldn't figure out 1 and 2, and that wreck. I got to go back and watch it. I think the guys were saying Logan just might have tapped the wall, came down into me, and then I came down into Anthony possibly. I'm not even sure. I was so focused on trying to get to the front, but I'm definitely happy with the second. Felt like I probably could have had more, but Michael ran a great race, ran a hell of a race.
Who do you want to give shout outs to on the run?
Well, obviously all the guys over at Full Throttle Motorsports, Dean Super Dirt Car, Gunner at Swan Speed Shops. I mean, you can go right to his website and grab one of these setups right off the, that we're running. So, DJ Sim Shop, Logan at Hi Mom Lens, all you guys for doing the broadcast. Marty, obviously, if you're broadcasting a race, I'm going to try to be there because it's so awesome to when you're doing it. All the guys over at Coast to Coast and all the guys over at Venom as well. Those guys are always fun to race against and stuff. So I think that's it. I don't know. I don't get up here anymore, Marty. I don't know.
It's about time you got back with us. So
yeah,
great job. Congrats on the run, and hopefully we're talking to you on. Hopefully I'm talking to you next Monday. I won't be here Thursday.
Yeah, I don't even know where we're at Thursday. Marty, I worked midnights last night and days today, so I've been up for like 32 hours right now. So
were you focused on the short track championships too, or no?
What do you mean?
The race that the Guerries were at.
Oh, down at Charlotte?
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't go to Charlotte.
Gotcha.
We just actually Frankie just texted me a couple days ago, actually on my birthday on Wednesday, and he got a leftover 23 brand new, or leftover 24 brand new chassis and brand new motor coming this year. So
nice.
Unfortunately, I'm not with his sister anymore. So I mean, we'll see what happens there. But according to him, I'm still going to be working on the car. So we'll see.
All righty. We'll see, man. Well, great job tonight, though, regardless.
All right, Marty. Yep. Take care.
Scott Rayome finishing in second. Now we go to victory lane. Your winner, his first win of the Open 358 season, his 4th of his career. Michael Vitale. It feels like a minute since we last talked, man. Well, a couple weeks, actually. But, man, oh, man. After that wreck, didn't seem like anyone had anything for you.
I can't really hear you. I apologize.
You're good.
Okay, there you are.
No, but it seemed like after that wreck broke out, nobody really had anything for you.
I tell you, I was watching a relative, and I felt like I was pulling away. I was watching the clock there, and I was getting sketchy to see, try to start some other lines, but the car was just holding on the bottom there, and I knew I was gaining in 1 and 2, and I was losing a little in 3 and 4, so they were there.
Absolutely. Take me through the battle with Logan. That looked like a lot of fun. That looked like your best competition throughout the night.
Oh, it was definitely a lot of fun. We were going back and forth with the sliders. Logan's always fun to race with. He's clean. I wasn't sure what happened behind me when I don't know if he was involved in the wreck or not. But next thing I looked at the relative and he wasn't behind me, so wasn't too sure what happened there.
Well, I gotta ask you as well. How good was this race car tonight too?
This car was hooked up. I mean, it surprised me, and it was basically telling me just stay where you're at and keep it going. It was tight.
Who do you want to give shout outs to on the run?
I want to give a shout out to my wife for always letting me do this day in and day out. My teammate Billy Roberts over at Gears Unlimited, Randy, Jake, my other teammates, you broadcasting Coast to Coast for giving us a place to race weekend, every week, and my brother Anthony, out there always supporting me.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you go. Congratulations on the job well done, and hopefully we're talking with you again next week.
I appreciate it, brother.
Michael Vitale, your winner here tonight. We will step aside and go to break. When we come back, it's Rebels action on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion, trying to be a
Bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
Right when we talked about it.
showing of love was amazing. These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized, no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive. So having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately, they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
We are back as qualifying is underway for our Renegades. Actually, just about wrapping up, correction. Quickest driver on track is Joseph Grandy at a 13.733. 18 drivers with us tonight, 3 heats, so because of that, it is Gary Taylor, Michael Todd, and Steve Bixler on the pole for each of the 3 heats. Top 5 out of our feature tonight move on to Renegades pending IL, so we'll have to see what happens on that side of things. First heat race set to go, brought to you by Gambler Motorsports. Here's a look at the starting lineup as the captain, Gary Taylor, is on the pole. Next to him, Brian Moore Sr. in the 558. Randy Shreves inside of row number 2. Next to him, Joseph Grandy in the 518. Final row, the Bassman Roger Craig in the 747 and Steve Maurer in the 888. Get you the point standings here in just a moment, so stand by for that. Winner on pole tonight here for our 30-lap feature. As Gary Taylor, Joseph Grandy, bring us to green. Heat 1 is on. Good start for, oh, look out. Brian Moore Sr. and Roger Craig go flying. Senior's car just would not stop rolling there for just a moment. Meanwhile, lap number 1 led by Joseph Grandy, Taylor second, Shreves in third. It's Maurer in fourth, the 2 drivers left. As they're all pretty much gapped apart. A look at the Malcolm's Mills mill riding replay, show you what happened between Craig and Senior. Senior's car as well went into the flip pit. Halfway home, meanwhile, Joseph Grandy, a 3/4 of a second lead. Gary Taylor, company for second. Here comes Randy Shreves, high, wide, and handsome. Taylor nearly washes up the track. He cuts off Randy Shreves for just a moment. Randy's got to hang on to that ride. But I'm sure Randy will remember that. That's some good defense by Gary Taylor, though, that's for sure. Whoever finishes second starts in the 4th spot, and if you finish 3rd, you start in 7th amongst the 18 cars with us tonight. Shreve still testing the top out. Taylor leaves in the lane. Final lap is underway. Oh, man, Taylor nearly got to Randy Shreves. Tries a slide jump and they cut him off. Well, you know who's going to win this one? It's Joseph Grandy, who finishes second in this one. Randy Shreves or Gary Taylor? Give it to Shreves. By just about a 1/10 of a second on the captain. Maurer 4th, Craig 5th, and Moore Sr. in 6th. We go to Heat 2, brought to you by Regency Home Inspection. Here's the starting lineup. Michael Todd on pole position, the 117, and Brian Moore Jr. in the 09. Row number 2, Cale Bixler in the 789, and Dylan Berg in the 14. Final row tonight, Mike Cranmer in the 70, and Gary Offutt in the 94. Winner starts on the front row tonight as we're green for Heat 2. Moore Jr. out in front. Gary Offutt gets turned. Big impact in the inside wall. One off the bumper of Cale Bixler. As Moore Jr. leads the opening lap. Dylan Berg all over him for the race lead. Moore Jr. trying to cut him off. Berg trying to stay patient. Look for an opening. Decides to peek underneath. Slide job, Dylan Berg. Maybe too much of a slide to allow Moore Jr. to crisscross. Big defense by Dylan Berg, but it's too much. Moore Jr. a lot quicker, though, on speed, and the 09 is back out in front. And now he sends it deep into 1 and 2. Berg responds. Good race for 3rd as well. Mike Cranmer, Michael Todd, but we don't have 2 computers at home. On board with Moore Jr. Bad exit off for 4. Moore Jr. still trying. Cranmer, meanwhile, is pulled away from Michael Todd in the race for 3rd position. 2 laps to go in Heat 2. I lead up to a half second for Dylan Berg in the number 14. Final lap underway. Where Berg a couple weeks ago scored his first win. The 360 at Lincoln. Now he takes the checkers and wins Heat 2. Moore 2nd, Cranmer 3rd, Todd 4th, Bixler 5th, and Offutt 6th. Final heat race brought to you by Maurer Farm Management. Here's the starting lineup. Steve Bixler on the pole, the mayor in the 75. Next to him, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Row 2, Donovan Ross in the 5, and slide job, Isaac Salas in the 5. Final row, Bud Molyneux in the 83, and Bob Curtis in the 12. Steve Bixler having to go to the rear of the field tonight, and I believe maybe the same with Donovan Ross here, so we'll just have to see. Winner starts third in tonight's feature.
Green flag.
Green is out for heat 3. Up the hill goes Bob Curtis. Brandon Dittmer with the lead. Salas second, Molyneux third. Dittmer in a heavy points battle coming on in with the drops. He leads the standings of the Rebels by 3 on Brian Moore Jr. As there you see the points on your screen. Salas still looking for the lead on his golfing buddy. Salas quicker, 14.07. Dittmer, 14.1. 5 following the 83. Let's go to the race for third here. Donovan Ross and Steve Bixler trying to rebound. Bixler looks low. The Mayor timeout slide job in Devo, but tucks her back in line. Now Bixler tries up the racetrack, utilizing the cushion, but can't find anything. They're not as quick, though, obviously, compared to the 83 of Brandon Dittmer and the 5 of Isaac Salas. Salas sent it deep. Didn't have enough, though, to pull off the slide job. It's a car length back. However, though, Salas picked up 2/10 that last time by. Could be a good battle here for this heat win. 2 laps remaining. Going into warm-ups. Winner starts third. Second place finisher starts in 6th. Salas high, wide, and handsome. He's so good underneath at 3 and 4, and that's what he's trying. Slide job. Salas. Dittmer catches it. Final lap. Dittmer still leads. Salas up with the chocolate chips. Is that just what Dittmer wants? Tries to pull away. Dittmer trying to hold off Salas. The 5 with one last send to 3 and 4. Checkers way. Dittmer takes it. Salas second. Bixler third. Ross fourth. Curtis fifth. And Molyneux sixth. Oh, baby, that was fun. Alrighty, we will step aside here. Stay with us at the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Warm-ups continue here. As we look at the results at the moment of warm-ups, Joseph Grandy the quickest of 14:18. Isaac Salas is second, 14:30. Third, Dylan Berg, 14:40. Mike Kramer is fourth, 14:48. And same with Brian Moore Jr. Brandon Dittmer on track, just moved up to fourth quickest at a 14:41. Seeing who's checking in right now. Emerson Brazy checking in, rooting for Junior. And Dino says, and Dino's rooting for Dittmer here, wants the World of Outlaws logo on the podium. Dino, I'm surprised you didn't consider racing with us tonight. I mean, I know you're in North Carolina, but come on, there's a sim racing rig in the offices of World Racing Group. I've seen it. Alrighty. Feature time. Let's meet the field of the RSN trackside starting lineup. On the pole, Joseph Grandy in the 518. Next to him, it's Dylan Berg in the 14. Row number 2, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83, and Randy Streams in the 56. Row 3, Brian Moore Jr. in the 09, and Slide Job Isaac Salas in the 5. Row 4, the Captain, Gary Taylor in the 34, and Mike Cranmer in car 70. Rounding out the top 10, the Mayor, Steve Bixler in the 75, and Steve Maurer in the 888. Row number 6, Michael Todd in the 117, and Devo Donovan Ross in the 5. Row 7, it's the Bassman, Roger Craig in the 747, and Cale Bixler in the 789. Row 8, Bob Curtis in the 012, and Brian Moore Sr. in the 558. Final row tonight, Gary Alfoot in the 94, and it's Bud Molyneux in the 883. Picks to win tonight. Give me Dittmer from third. He's just so good at Fallujah. Next time by we go green. It'll be the Flatline Racing Bodies green flag. $18 drivers in cages of cold metal with hot rubber at the corners, set to do battle for 30 laps around Fallujah. Steve King Foundation pace truck makes the second left-hand turn to pit road. Second time tonight that it's time to shake and bake. Grandy and Berg bring us to green at Fallujah. Berg comes away in second. Grandy in the lead, in trouble. Roger Curtis, oh my! Craig in the flip pit. Same with Curtis. One other driver I saw too, I think that was Bud Molyneux. And that is why we call her the flip pit here. A look at what happened when we came to the green. Michael Todd looks like he came down to Roger Craig. Curtis tried to avoid, nowhere to go. And my oh my, Bud Molyneux gets the worst of it. Right on board the Bassman. Then we'll show you Molyneux. And now we show you Bud. Man, he went wing first into that fence. Thank goodness that fence is there, or else we're taking out a boatload of iRacing fans. So without question, bunch of quick repairs being used. Here we come for the restart. 1 lap complete. This is lap number 2. Has to be single file here because we did not complete our opening lap. So Grandy leads, Berg second, Dittmer third, Shreves fourth, Moore Jr. fifth. Dittmer looks around the outside, gets low tight, low sideways in turn number 4 because he caught the chocolate chips. Now Randy Shreves to look underneath. Everyone really utilizing the high side though. Dittmer all over Berg for second. Peaks underneath. That's nothing. Oh, Berg! And the flip pit he goes! Oh my goodness! And catapults into traffic. A rare mistake by the 14. And he goes out of the ballpark. What a great view we showed of Brandon Dittmer watching Berg take the flip pit. Just caught the wall in turn 2 and ramped up. My, oh my. Gary even lost his top wing because of that, I think. There was also another car that went over him. Or that went under him in the air. It was I think it may have been Isaac Salas. Watching this once again, same angle. Nope, I don't think it was. I think he was actually past him by the time he came back onto the racetrack. Dillenberg on board. Double fire restart coming up here. Watch this from the aerial shot. It's Rick Green. Salas for third on Shreves. Now for second on Dittmer. Don't think we'll get it, but does edge out Shreves for the third spot at the line. Only 2 drivers using the bottom line. Salas is one, the other one is Steve Bixler. Caution flag waves. Couple of drivers got in the wall as well. Bud Molyneux, Roger Craig, Gary Offut again. That may end some of the drivers' nights here for sure. Molyneux and Craig racing together, along with Bixler. They just touched wheels, and around Molyneux went. But that doesn't tell me the entire tale. That was with Molyneux. What about Gary Offut? Catches the wall, flip pit. In the fence, stuck, can go nowhere. And there was one more with Roger Craig. This was after the... Oh, he has the right front. Oh my goodness, the steering towed in badly. Nothing he can do except for that. Should go green next time by here. Here we come to the green. We've only completed 7 laps so far as Grandy leads. Dittmer trying for second. Oh, excuse me, Salas trying for second on Dittmer. Joining him on the bottom was Brian Moore Jr. This could work out in Salas's favor once again. He does. He's up to second past the 83. Oh, that's the lift there. Same with Dittmer. Oh, but sideways off the corner. Allows Shreves to close in. We work lap number 10. Let's go to the 5-lap average, show you who the quickest car is on the track. See, Granny easily has it. But you could say the same thing as well for guys like Donovan Ross up to 5th. Devo's up 7 spots. He started in 12th. Now he's looking for 4th on Randy Shreves. Half to left, though, because of Brandon Dittmer. I think he may have gotten 4th, though, over the 56. Devo's on rails here, folks. Get ready. 3 wide for second. Ross came flush, shot shooting out of a cannon. I don't know if he has second of the line or not. It may have been Salas because of the net code. But Ross is the quickest car on the track. And if you're Salas and Dittmer, you're probably thinking, where in the world did Devo come from? Oh, it may have ended there. Salas on 2 wheels. He spins. Yellow flag comes out. Devo with a great save, but Isaac Salas pays the price the most. Had some technical difficulties there. Apologies for that. Go 1 to green this time by, I believe. So Grandy leads. He's led every lap so far tonight. Donovan Ross second. Brandon Dittmer third. Brian Moore Jr. fourth. Randy Shreves in fifth. Bixler sixth. Kramer seventh. Kale Bixler eighth. Maurer ninth. And Todd 10th. Top 5, remember, eligible to move up to Renegades pending IL. We're back to green. Remember, Donovan Ross is so good on the long run. Will take a little bit for him to dig in, though. Moore Jr. looking for third on Dittmer. I think the 83 just edged him for the lead. Ross looks downstairs of the 518. Grandy shuts the door. Devo fighting back. Caught the wall, though. Hangs on to that puppy for dear life as they're wing to wing in turn one. Devo clears Joseph Grandy to the lead. The number 5 from 12th to the front. Where in the world has this run come from Donovan Ross? We work lap number 18. That last time by a 14.81 for Devo. Grandy a 15 even. And he's under pressure from both Dittmer and Moore Jr. sideways the 5.18. Good catch from Hunter Grando. Randy Shreves comes into this battle for second. Devo hasn't had the chance to race with a lot. Look out, look out. That got tight there between Grandy, Dittmer, and Moore Jr. Dittmer punches off the wall. He hangs on to it. Shreves to fourth past Moore Jr. 56 trying to thread the needle. Donovan Ross, meanwhile, as we've got 9 laps to go. It's his 3rd start of the season in Rebels action. Best finish is 10th. But in Coast to Coast, it's been a while since he last won. Got to go back to, I believe, March 20th, 2024 in a micro sprint car. He also won in Renegades back at Lincoln last January. But in the Rebels, his last time was August of 2022 at Lima Land. In a well-deserved, much-needed win. We look at the other action on track, the battle for 4th. Randy Shreves, I think, got at the line from Brian Moore Jr. And right now, Dittmer would put points up on the 09, would probably be still single digits. Going to our next race with three to go, we head to Weedsport. Joseph Grandy, though, around the outside for the lead on Donovan Ross. We may have spoken too soon. Wait a second, did he go out of the ballpark? There is no sign of Joseph Grandy. He was legit side by side for a moment, and now Grandy's gone. Dittmer bikes it in 3. We'll have to see what happens with the 5.18 at the next dead race, whether it be yellow or checkers. Moore Jr. off the wall. Salas back into 5th after his exit, Randy Shreves, and now Moore Jr. spins. What a save by the 09. Bird catches it. Same with Cale Bixler and Steve Bixler. But meanwhile, here comes Donovan Ross. White flag is out. We're on the last lap. We almost had a cold yellow moment. But an incredible save from Brian Moore Jr. likely puts him out of the top 5 and out of Renegades. But out in front, it's the PDC number 5. Devo, Donovan Ross, party tonight in Knoxville. He takes the win. Call up Dingus. Devo's coming and it'll be open 24 hours. But now we got to see what happened to Joseph Grandy. We'll have to go to iRacing on this. He was racing for the lead. This happened in turn 3. Did he just catch the wall? That could not have been 12X for him, though. Joseph, I know he's always in chat after what happens. iRacing just booted him. Wow. That is a shame, because we would have been treated to a classic finish tonight. Man, you just hate to see that. But Donovan Ross, the winner. Dittmer second, Shreves third, Salas fourth, Steve Bixler in 5th. Good for the mayor. And as long as he's under, I believe, 250, he's eligible to make it tonight. Good run for Cale Bixler, too, in 6th. Wow. Maurer in 8th. Wow, a lot of drivers we normally don't see in the top 10 with great runs tonight. Probably the heartbreak here. Dylan Berg comes back to finish 11th despite what happens, and same, of course, for Joseph Grandy. Well, let's go to your top 3 here. Begin with 3rd place. Randy Shrave started 4th, finished in 3rd. Randy, a great run tonight. How'd you feel about your race car?
At first, it really didn't feel all that great, and then more toward the end, it kind of came back. Caught a little bit of bad luck. Had to go to the back and work my way back up. And I don't know, it's a tough one. Volusia's always just a tough track, and it's always fun though.
What'd you think about this race as a whole from your perspective? I mean, you get a good finish. You get to move into Renegades once again. Did you feel like you had maybe a race-winning car tonight, or not really?
Probably not. I think I went the wrong way with the gear there in the feature, and yeah, I think it kind of hurt me a lot. So maybe that's one of my mistakes. I can take that and learn from here in Renegades.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
For sure, definitely want to thank Coast to Coast, you for the awesome broadcast, Flatline Racing Bodies, KSB Builders, Dylan Shreves for painting my car, and I want to thank everybody for watching.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you go. Great job tonight, and best of luck in the Renegades.
Thanks, Marty.
Let's go to our 2nd place finish here. Brandon Dittmer. Brandon, another great run for you tonight. I know you really like Volusia. Did it really surprise you to see Donovan Ross out there running up front tonight?
No, he's always been really fast and a really good racer. He really surprised me though. He just blew my doors off on that bottom. I could not believe what I was watching, but no, he had a much different gear in than the rest of us, which kind of makes sense now that I think about it. But
what'd you think of your car as a whole tonight, though?
I was rough. I couldn't get a true feel for my car, and I think it was one time when a couple laps I'd finally found it, but then I had fought with Grandy, and I'd slid up the track right through the slick, and after that I lost all confidence in my car, so I was just trying to hold on after that.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
You for the broadcast, for Roger for Coast to Coast, Training Wheels Racing, all the boys over there helping me out. Isaac for letting me hang out with him today. Always a good hangout. Dean and the World of Outlaw Super Dirt Car Series for the sponsor, and Bowman Designs for the amazing wrap.
Great job tonight, man, and best of luck in Renegades, all right? We'll see if that World of Outlaw...
Unfortunately, I will not be there.
Ah, man, we would have loved to see you there. So,
Sorry,
but hey,
man.
You got Dean's car in P2, though, at least.
Absolutely. Trying to get her on the podium or victory lane.
All righty, sounds good. All right, man. Nice job.
See ya.
Now we go to your winner. It feels like forever since we last talked with them. Devo, you're back on the victory lane, man. Well done.
Well, like I always say, a squirrel gets a nut once in a while. Unfortunately, I freaking put Salas down. I don't even know if he's landed yet.
He's landed in 4th.
Yeah. Did he? I thought it was him I hit, but anyway, I got into somebody and I apologize. It just was driving up off the bottom. But yeah, squirrel gets a nut once in a while.
Well, you actually caught that nut from the Gators here tonight, from the looks of it. I mean,
yeah.
Why was this car, from your perspective on the bottom, better than anyone else was?
It kind of was an old school Volusia, and for a while, it used to be really dominant on the bottom, and then it kind of went slider line dominant for a couple years, and then tonight we were talking, and it just kept getting grippier and grippier down there. 3 and 4, you're able to run wide open with a little bit of brake down there, and that hasn't been like that in a while, so it was kind of fun to be able to do that.
Really was, absolutely. Did you hear about what happened with Joseph Grandy?
I was just catching up. I thought, he just got punted there?
He got booted from iRacing.
Yeah, and it was him that was coming there with 2 or 3 to go, that he got a good run, and then he got in the wall a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have
been a hell of a battle.
I'm easy to rattle. I'm old, so if he would have got up next to me, I probably would have hit the inside and it would have been all over. But appreciate these when you get them, because this is a tough league to race in. Need to get some more people out. It sucks that we're losing cars, so you guys get off the YouTube channel and get on your simulators and start racing. Yeah, get some people out here and get this league back up where it belongs to be.
Who do you want to give shout outs to?
You for donating your time for the league, Roger for keeping on digging, all the guys behind the scene, guys in my Discord, Brian Sr., Brian Jr., Gary, Greg, Keith, all those guys when they're able to make it out. And yeah, just kind of fun to do it once in a while.
Well, great job tonight on the win. Congratulations, and best of luck in Renegades, man.
All right, buddy. Also, good talking to you.
You
Take
as
care.
well. Donovan Ross, your winner tonight in the Rebels. We're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, it is Renegades action on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a
Bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
Tonight we were talking about it.
Outpouring of love was amazing. These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in an on-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive, so having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately, they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
Welcome back here to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We get set to go for our Renegades division, brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies. Mark Scala here with you. So glad you could join us here as we prepare to go to battle. The story so far here of this season has been Patrick Spangler, and he's got a big point lead, up 58 on Chad Griggs coming on in with the drops. Then you got Dean Reynolds third in points, Jesse Bandy fourth, and Rick Main rounding out the top 5. Good car count with 19 at most showing up here tonight. I say most because sometimes you have that one straggler who forgets to hit the watch button. That probably won't be the case here this evening. Couple of drivers out on the racetrack though. And look at the guy who's back though in the number 10. The boss, Ross Corinna. And Velocity Race Design Phantom Motorsports Machine. Great to have him back with us this evening. He's currently third quick. You look at the times here on the chart. Griggs the quickest at 13:016. Connor Ross back with us. He's second, 13:09. Corinna third, Stewart fourth, Barry Goldner in fifth. So we should be getting set to go for action here in just a moment. They were going to advance shortly after commercials were done. I believe shortly has passed. Let's know who you're rooting for. Showtime 787 was happy to see Devo take the win. Dino says check his tires for doping. I want an engine teardown. A complete engine teardown on the number 5. Or reweigh him on the scales. So, but nice to see Corinna back with us. I believe he's the only driver running on track as things stand. Up there's look at the winner from Rebels, Devo. Currently 14th quick though, 13:42. Kelsey checking in. Was room for Isaac. Now Isaac, I don't know if he was eligible to run with us in Renegades or not, but I believe there is a fun party going on. So they should be in the drivers' meeting right now. Jack Clevenger. In the 78, currently 13th at 13:32. Kyle Moonen also out here on the track, 8th quickest at 13:19. All right, so the reason why we were waiting is Jesse X has got to get back in. He dropped out of the session. Gives us a chance to talk with maybe some other drivers here. So why don't we bring this guy in? That finished 5th. Steve Bixler, Marty up here. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Marty.
Who would have thought you'd be here tonight after a 5th place finish in the Rebels? Well done.
Well, appreciate that, Marty. I didn't expect to be here either, but it's the way it worked out. I ran the matinee this afternoon and had a pretty good setup, and it's the way it goes there. Carried over into the night, so maybe it's just my day, you know?
Possibly is. We'll just have to see. But you got to get out there for qualifying, man. I wish we had more time to talk, but best of luck.
All right, thanks, Marty.
Sometimes got to give some love to Mr. Mayor. Qualifying on track, 3 heats coming up. So drivers in 10th through 12th will have the pole positions for the 3 heats we have. Kyle Moon, first driver on track. We'll watch his first lap of the Velocity Race Design Moon and Tile Company machine. Brand new paint job on that 24 from the looks of it in the Vanderbilt Racing Ride. Moonen sets the bar to 13.50. Jack hit to the top of the charts, 13.47. Landis to 3rd. Patrick Spangler goes quick time, meanwhile, to 13.43. Connor Ross second, 13.446. Jack hit 13.542 on lap 2, not good enough. The salesman Blake Chapman up to 3rd on lap number 1, 13.455. Sector 1 is slower. In orange in Sector 2. Let's go to the boss, Ross Corina, after lap number 1. Second quick, 13.435 on lap 1. Quickest of anyone in sector number 1. So if he hits an orange, it's kind of okay. We'll just have to see. Is this good enough? Quick time for Chad Griggs. Oh, with the heist of the century. 13.393 for Griggs on lap 1. Holy moly, Chad. A wicked lap for the 27. Atkinson, meanwhile, to 6 on lap number 1. That'll do it for qualifying. Griggs the quickest. Barker, Waite, Barry, Goldner, your pole sitters. Oh, my. There was a lot there for sure, so... Alrighty, we get set to go. First heat race of the night, and it's brought to you by Gambler Motorsports. Your starting lineup has the Brute to Beast, Jeff Barker on pole position, the 513. Next to him, Gentleman Jack hit in the 217. Row number 2, Canada Connor Ross, the 35. Next to him, it's Chad Griggs in the 27. Row number 3, the Bandy Built Master, Jesse Bandy in the 49. And Devil, Don Ross, the 5. Final car on the grid this evening, the Mayor, Steve Bixler in the 75. Believe we've got everybody. So here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
First heat race. Winner on pole underway in the Renegades. Good start for Jeff Barker. Look at that. Oh my, Greg's hit. Oh boy, that's ugly. Jesse Bandy, what a 360. I thought we were going to see something bad happen. Bandy and Ross are in the back of the field tonight. But we watch the battle for the lead. Jack Hit, Jeff Barker, Chad Griggs, Connor Ross. Oh, hard hit the wall for Jack Hit. Up on 2 wheels. Back on all 4s. We're down to 3. Griggs wasting no time. The quickest man on the track to the lead. 13.607 last time by for the 27. This man will be a threat to win tonight without question. Jeff Barker with a good run in 3rd, challenging Connor Ross for that 2nd spot. Don't get to see Canada Connor in all the races, but it's always fun to see him when he gets the chance to come out. How about Bixler? He's past Jeff Barker for 3rd. Starting last, taking advantage of the rucks. He's up to the 3rd spot. So this would put him in the 7th spot in our feature this evening. That's really good. Good for him. The last lap for Barker just put up his best lap of the day, 13.66. 1 lap to go, meanwhile, for the Scott Tomasin Racing. Number 27. Chad Griggs making his way through 3 and 4. Griggs on the pole tonight for the 35-lap feature. Ross 2nd, Bixler 3rd, Barker 4th, Bandy 5th, 6th Hit, and 7th Devo. Heat 2 brought to you by Regency Home Inspection. Here's the starting lineup. As Brad Waite is on pole, the 814. Next to him, it's the Money King, Kyle Moonen, in the 24. Row 2, it's the Salesman, Blake Chapman in the 20. And Ross the Boss, Corinna, in the 10. Final row tonight, Jack Clevenger in the 78 and Bob DeGood in the 7. And as always, if you're watching in chat, thanks for joining us and let us know who you're rooting for. 24 viewers watching, and the chat's quiet. Who's here? Going green next time by, 1 to go. Winner starts on the front row this evening. Brad Waite, Kyle Moonen set to bring us to the green flag.
Green, green, green.
Good start for Waite in that 814. Look out. Kyle Moonen up the hill, 3 wide for 2nd. That's a great battle for P2. Corinna edges out Chapman at the line for the spot. Chapman, as always, he likes the bottom at these Renegades features, regardless what car it is. Up the hill, though, goes Blake. Moonen clears up to P3. Clevenger underneath now for 4th. Blake is losing a lot of ground and a lot of time fast. Corinna, meanwhile, downstairs on Waite for the lead. Slide job from the boss. Waite counters it back. And the 814 leads lap 3. Good look from Corinna that last time by 13.67. Best lap of anyone. Is it quicker this time with another slide job in 3 and 4? Yes, it is. The boss out in front. Leads by a car length, though, on weight. Inferno Motorsports 8:14 trying to get the draft off of the 10. Chapman, meanwhile, has passed Moonen. He's up to 3rd. Now trying to catch weight. And Corinna. He's got 2 laps, though, to do it. Final lap coming around next time by. Corinna, that last time by, quickest lap, 13:64. Once again. Chad Griggs, he may have some company on who could get to victory lane tonight. Griggs, he may be a favorite, you may be on pole, but you got to deal with the boss on the front row. Corinna wins, Wade 2nd, Chapman 3rd, Moon in 4th, DeGood 5th, and Clevenger in 6th. Final heat race brought to you by Maurer Farm Management. And it's Barry Goldner on the pole in the 36. Next to him, the Desert Demon, Terry Landis in the 161. Row number 2, Jesse Atkinson, the Pink Panther in the 127. And the high side banger, Patrick Spangler in the 39. Final row, Steven Stewart in the 29 and Randy Shreves in the 56. So we've got Yoo-Hoo competing against Fresca. What is this? The $1 million question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire once again back in 2009? I think it was Lyndon B. Johnson's favorite beverage. It was Yoo-Hoo. No, it was Fresca. I think Yoo-Hoo was also an option too.
Green flag.
Set to go green here for our final heat race of the night. Oh, we nearly went 3 wide for the lead if Jesse Atkinson took advantage of it. Spangler, got to the Terry Landis. Everyone trying to scatter. Everybody gets into it, but they all kept it straight. My, oh my. Barry Goldner, meanwhile, just said, see you later, boys. 1.3 second lead. Has Barry Goldner ever won a heat race in coast to coast? Somebody check for me, please. I don't think he has. That'd be so cool if he were to get that done. Landis somehow is still 2nd. Stewart 3rd. Spangler, though, down to 4th. Could be what you want if you're Chad Griggs. This would put Spangler in the 12th starting spot in the feature. And we're halfway home. He can't waste any time. He's got to go, go, go. 1 position in the heat race is 3 spots per feature. And that last time back, Spangler picked up a 10th. So he may get 1 car, but he may not get Terry Landis possibly. Which could possibly shake up the points. On board with the high side banger. Two laps to go. Stewart up the hill. Protecting the slider line. He was better than Spangler last time by, but Spangler knows he needs spots. Final lap underway. Well, he was quick, but it didn't look like he needed. But it looks like that invert bit him in the dust. But for Barry Goldner off for turn number 4, how about it? A heat win for the 36. That is awesome. And look, I know there was that big stack up in the back, but Barry earned it. Takes the checkers by 1.3 seconds. Landis, Stewart, Spangler, Atkinson, Shreves round out the field in Heat 3. We're going to break. When we come back, it's feature time on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Warm-ups continuing here. Ross Corinna, your quickest, 14:08. Brad Wade second, 14:15. Jack Clevenger third, 14:19. Kyle Moonen fourth, 14:22. Jesse Erickson fifth, 14:24. Look at your schedule coming up here. Rest of the week at the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Tomorrow night, the retreads go at it with 358s at Volusia and DW12s at Charlotte. That's at 7 p.m. on Shaggy TV. Wednesday night, the Hometown Heroes at Charlotte, 360s and 410s. That begins at 7:45 on Shaggy TV. Thursday night, we got Thursday Night Thunder with small blocks and big blocks at Williams Grove. I believe Shaggy will have that broadcast for you at 7 o'clock. Next week, it's Veterans Day. We'll be at Weed Sports Speedway, 7 p.m. start time. Open 358s on the Rebels and Renegades on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. So we are set to go for feature time. Thanks for spending your Monday night with us. Let's know your pick to win tonight. And here is your RSN Trackside starting lineup. On the pole, Chad Griggs in the 27. Next to him, it's the boss, Ross Corinna, in the 10. Row number 2, Barry Goldner in the 36, and Connor Ross in the 35. Row 3, Brad Waite in the 814, and the Desert Demon, Terry Landis in the 161. Row number 4, the Mayor, Steve Bixler in the 75, and the Salesman, Blake Chapman in car number 20. Rounding out the top 10, Steven Stewart in the 29, and the Brewer to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513. Row 6, the Money King, Kyle Moonen in the 24, and the High Side Banger, Patrick Spangler in the 39. Row 7, the Bandyboat Master, Jesse Bandy in the 49, and Bob D. Good in the 7. Row 8, the Pink Panther, Jesse Ackes in the 127, and Jack Hitt, Gentleman Jack Hitt in the 217. Final rows tonight, final drivers tonight, I should say, Jack Clevenger in the 78, Randy Shreves in the 56, and Donovan Ross, Steve-O in the 5. Jesse Bandy will start from the pits tonight. So wait a couple seconds here, hope for the first caution, then he'll likely be back in the battle. My pick to win tonight, I'm going to go with Chad from the pole. That's what it seems like you want to be a part of here. So we are set to go racing. Flatline Racing Bodies, green flag is around the corner. 19 cages of cold metal with hot rubber at the corners, set to do battle for 35 laps. Steve King Foundation Pace Truck set to make the left-hand turn to pit road. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? It is showtime at Fallujah. 35 laps for the Flatline Racing Body Renegades at Fallujah. Contact mid-pack, lockout. Barker around and upside down. Keeps her on all four wheels. More contact in the back. Moonen put upside down off of Bob D. Good. Way after the yellow boys. Take it easy. A stack up in front. Barker had nowhere to go. Luckily, he kept the car on all four wheels, but you see that left front rattling around. And this is what happened way after the yellow flag came out. Everybody's good. Yellow's already out. Look at this. That's a tough break there for both Moonen and DeGood. You know, they're definitely, you know, it's the start of the race. Drivers getting really antsy. So completely understand. On board, Yeah, you saw Landis and Goldner get together, and then Barker rams in the back of Barry Goldner. And that car looked a lot like Mike Conway's did in the Indy 500 just over a decade ago. Single file restart here as we did not complete the opening lap of this one.
Green flag, green flag.
Back to green we go. Griggs holds serve. 4 wide for third. Oh boy. Barry Goldner the flip pit, and we're still wrecking them. Landis does a complete rotation in the air. I don't even think Landis got any damage one bit off of that. That car just went up and over, no contact with anything on the ground. I think that car is okay. Well, that took out our underdogs tonight, that's for sure. You see Barry's got some wing damage from when Barker got him. Barry catches the wall. That pretty much ends his chances of a good finish. Then this is where it gets ugly. Connor Ross, Terry Landis battling for fourth. A touch. And look at that map. Again, I don't think Landis hit anything. Just a complete flip in midair. Nope, that baby's all good. That's like a Dittmer, if you're watching, same with you, Dino. Y'all got a competitor now. That's even better than a wheelie. So field catching back up. The Steve King Foundation pace truck. Reminder they are. All right, we'll try once again. Another single file restart here.
Green, green, green.
We cycle everything through. It's Griggs and Corinna. Battling for the race lead from the front row. Chapman up to third. Spangler up to fourth. And you've got Axton rounding out the top 5. Here comes Corinna downstairs for the race lead. They're wing to wing into 3. Slide job from the boss. Oh, it won't count. The yellow waves again. And I believe it's for Steve Bixler. The Cinderella glass slipper has broken. We may have had something else, though. Let's take a look here. We know Bixler flipped. First off, apparently we had a crash with Barry Goldner once again. Now, we don't know if this was it. No, but I think that was just a glitch on our end. Ooh, Steve got T-boned. And it was hard enough to lose the top wing. We're going to have to rewind this to iRacing. Ooh, got turned off for Jack. And look at that. Ross goes through Sharif's, neck codes him out of the ballpark. Man, that is ugly. On board Jack hit here. Look at Bob the Good. Ramp up the air for a moment. Both those cars heavily damaged. Coming back to the green flag.
Green, green, green.
We've only completed 4 laps of this feature so far. Let's hope we get some racing in. So remember, Corinna had that pass for lead on Griggs before the yellow flew for the accident in 3. Advantage, though, for Chapman and Spangler with that yellow because they now catch up to the top 2. And you normally think of Chapman and Spangler as the best drivers at coast to coast. But you've got Corinna and Griggs that have looked flawless all night long. On board the boss. He's good at exiting turn 2. That sets him up for 3. This time Griggs shuts the door right in his face. They both open up the bottom, though, for Blake Chapman. Quickest car on track, Spangler, 1466 is third his. Look at this 4-car melee. Corinna with the slider trying to pull away. Spangler threats no contact with Griggs. They both hang on to it. Look at Spangler wasting no time trying to put the 39 out front. We work lap number 10. Onto the 5-lap average we go. Spangler, quickest car on track. Chapman, second quickest car on the track. And Griggs hangs on to keep second for right now. Corinna, meanwhile, just nailed the quickest lap of the race. 14:58. Can help put him up on the counter. Kyle Moon trying to rebound after that lap, the lap 1 accident he had. Up to 8th, past his teammate and owner, Jesse Bandy. Barry Goldner's put her to the pits. He's done for the night. Atkinson and Shreves also do battle. This is the race for 5th. Check that 6th. Clevenger ahead in 5th. Shreves and Clevenger each up 12 spots. They started 17th and 18th in this one. And right now, they are your biggest movers of the race. Look at Moonen, though. Shreves gets sideways, and Moonen takes the Kmart 2-for-1 discount. Spangler challenges Griggs for second. Your top 2 in the standings. Spangler's looked so good all season. Griggs has had a great sophomore standout year, but still second in points. Caution, Jesse Bandy, Bob DeGood get together. Bandy wasting no time. In the pits he goes to use the quick repair. Oh, big contact from Bandy. Somehow the car stayed rolling. No steering up into Bob DeGood. The fact that Bandy's car was still drivable after that is amazing. Drivable enough where you get it to the pits. Not drivable to be, obviously, on the racetrack. Ooh, that's a big hit off the opening of the back stretch. Let's go with Bob DeGood's on board. Gonna watch this restart from our aerial shot. 20 laps remain here. Here comes the restart. Later restart from Corinna, but he fires. We're back to green. Spangler trying to grab second from Griggs. He's got a chance. Slide job from Spangler. And the high side Bangler moves through to P2. Now does Griggs try to counter back with a slider of his own? But does Spangler pull away? Yellow waves. And it's for Donovan Ross, our Rebels winner. That car looks to be torn up tonight. Oh, no. Oh! Hits the attenuator, the wheel freaks out. A little bit too low there, Devo. Yep, that'll mess up a sprint car one bit. Should be 1 to green here next time by. We'll have another restart.
Green, green, green.
Time for the restart. Corinna holds serve. Spangler stuck in second. Here's Chapman and Griggs the race for third. Griggs trying to hang on to a podium spot right now and not lose it. But how about Kyle Moonen from the first yellow to fifth? What a recovery from the Money King here tonight. I know he's up 6 spots, but he's probably passed the most cars of anyone in the field this evening. And Vanderbilt cars have been known for not quitting after being involved in an accident. Moon is trying to do the things that like Steven Goldner and Brennan Lacey have done in the past. Griggs clipped the wall for just a moment, hangs on to third though. And he shuts the door on Blake Chapman to look for third. Griggs spikes it. The Money King takes the podium spot. And now it's bounce back time for Griggs. Barry Goldner on the track without a top wing. Trying to keep the car going tonight. .22 laps complete. Corinna leads by 0.6 of a second. Trying to make this a front row sweep for every category here this evening. Griggs hangs on to fourth. Blake Chapman wants the spot. Here comes Jesse Atkinson in the 127. Fresca's trying to taste better than popcorn, that's for sure. Can't make that work yet. One more look at the 5-lap average. The top 2 drivers, without a question, the best 2 cars on track. Chapman trying. It's fourth his. They nearly bang wheels. Slide job by the salesman, moves up to P4 with 8 laps to go. Leaders put another lap on Barry Goldner, who is just limping the car around without a top wing. Lead is up to 0.8 of a second for Ross Corinna. Griggs losing a lot of ground. The Pink Panther takes away 5th. Did Griggs use his car up too much early? Did the tire seal over possibly? Who knows? 7 laps remain. Now we watch the race for the podium spot. Moonen clips the wall. It actually helped him out on corner exit though. Good exit for the 24. But again, Moonen bounces off the wall. Jack hit in the pits after he flips. No caution, we stay green. I believe the car went out of the ballpark in either 3 or 1. Five laps to go, meanwhile, for Corinna. The gap, 1 second on Patrick Spangler. It is so good to see the boss with us. Caution waves, though. Terry Landis flipped it in turn 3. Hold the phone. It's not over. Let's show you Landis, his onboard. That was what happened to Jack Hitt. That ended his night. Into the flip pit it goes. Man, nearly took some fans out too. Finally for Jack Hitt, we'll show you what happened to him. Slide, oh, way too much of a set on Jesse Bandy, which does exactly what Terry did. But he doesn't do the flip pit. He decides to pull up into the Brandon Dittmer meme zone. If you know, you know. But other things we got to give shout outs to. Blessed number brought up Steven Stewart, 7th after he went back to 18th, and now he started 9th, back to 18th, and he's up to 7th. Great run for the driver, the number 29 so far. So this will be a 3-lap shootout. We take the green here. The leader always gets a freebie. But who knows with Patrick Spangler? Is this what he wants to close out this race? After starting mid-pack. Here we go. Spangler low. Can he get the speed off for turn 2? He can't. He even saw some sparks off the Jersey barrier. Is it going to take a send, though? Chapman, meanwhile, for 3rd on Corinna. And he edged out the Money King. 2 laps to go. The lead at 0.4 of a second between Corinna and Spangler. Jesse Atkinson trying to rob both Chapman and Moonen and steal a podium at the end. White flag is out. We're on the last lap. And it's Ross Corinna out in front, a past Rebels champion. In the Velocity Motorsports. Oh, Moonen in the flip pit. But it's Corinna out in front in the Velocity Race Design. Number 10. Corinna takes the win at Fallujah. Spangler 2nd, Chapman 3rd, Atkinson 4th, Griggs in 5th. And a heartbreak for Kyle Moonen, who saw the white, does not see the checkers at the end. Look at what happened to the Money King. Into the flip pit he goes. Ooh, ooh, oh! Clevenger catches the belly pan. All the wings are gone. The fireworks go up. Top 3 have posed for a photo. We'll talk with them in a moment. Your biggest movers tonight, by the way, Jesse Atkinson from 15th to 4th. And Kyle Moon, and I'd probably have to give the heartbreak to because of the comeback from the first yellow and falls a lap short in 13th. So we've got your top 3. We will begin with the salesman himself, Blake Chapman. Blake, it had to have been tough starting from 8th position, but you got up to 3rd. That final restart was definitely what you wanted.
Yeah, for sure. I was just, kind of saving my stuff there early on, and I was hoping for a caution towards the end. And this car finally came in a little bit towards the end, I felt like. But which is great, especially 1 and 2. I can usually hit it really well running that middle, and it just wasn't there tonight really at all. So that kind of puzzled me. But luckily, the car was good enough in 3 and 4 that we still had a machine that was able to keep up with those top runners there, except for Ross and Patrick. They were kind of in a league of their own there tonight for sure. So definitely had to make some adjustments before we race here again.
I think we had like 5 cars battling for the lead at one time. How much fun was that?
Yeah, I always enjoy coming to this track because it's so wide and you can get so many racing lanes to come in, and you can run that bottom, middle, and top, and you get guys throwing sliders too, so it can get a lot of fun. But it can also bring out a lot of cautions. It seems like whenever we come here, which is unfortunate, but you got to watch out for that. And if you stay out of trouble, we usually have a pretty good run here, and just happy to come home with the podium.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Hey, I got to thank the family for watching. Got to thank all the boys down at KSR. I got to thank Preston at Epsilon Sprint Wraps, Andy at AJ Custom Creations, and of course, got to thank Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. They got some of the best stuff out there. You can head over to their website and use code CART, that's C-A-R-T, at checkout for 15% off some of their delicious popcorn. And I got to thank you for putting the broadcast on, Marty.
Well, great job tonight. Best of luck next week at Weed Sports. Should be a good one.
Yep, thanks, Marty.
So Blake Chapman, the salesman, finishing 3rd. Patrick Spangler, our 2nd place finisher here. Patrick, what more did you need for roster in those final laps?
I had 2 different setups I was debating on, and I always see Blake win here in the bottom, so I had a top setup and a bottom setup. I split the difference with a wing angle, and I should have just ran my top setup because I figured the bottom's going to come in this track. You never know which one's going to come in, but Ross was quick tonight. I was right there with him, I think, at the beginning when we were 3 wide and the caution came out, but then, yeah, he was just quick tonight.
That was a nice charge you made up through the field, though. Tough heat run, starting in 12th, but made your way up 10 spots, taking advantage of some of those early cautions.
Yeah, it just happened to be like the one time I went low, and like I think everybody above me crashed. So went I think like 13th to 5th in a lap and a half. I don't think I completed a full lap. So very stark contrast to last week when we had 1 caution, but you'll have that.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
To you for the awesome broadcast each week. Roger from the league. Triangles Racing with Atkinson there tonight with us. And Dan Uncle back home watching.
All righty, we'll let you go. Great job tonight, and best of luck next week.
Thanks.
Now we go to Victory Lane to talk with your winner. The boss does it, Ross Carina. Ross, it's been a while, man. Where have you been lately?
Farming and kids volleyball. Volleyball games usually seems to be on Mondays and Thursdays, so that kind of sucks. And then we just got done harvesting our sugar beet crop here a couple weeks ago. So hopefully the schedule frees up a little bit, but who knows? Try to get here when I can.
Well, hey, we found you in Victory Lane at least. Take me through this car tonight.
I didn't really have to do anything. Just keep the steering wheel straight and accelerate, decelerate kind of periodically. And I don't know, car felt really good. Got to thank M9 setups for that. But yeah, I mean it especially on the top, it was so smooth. I could just put the right rear right on the cushion, and like I said, barely even had to counter steer much, and just kind of let the car do the work.
Next week we go to Weed Sport. Will you be back for that?
I actually think next week we have our volleyball banquet, so probably not. No.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, great run, though. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Yeah, the Phantom Motorsports guys, like I said, M9 setups, Power Outdoors, Velocity Race Design. Up in the booth putting the show on, and everybody behind the scenes at Coast to Coast making the league work.
Congratulations on the win, man. It's great to have you back for. I guess I don't want to say this is a one-off return because you're a Coast to Coast regular, but it's been a while. We've missed you. Great job. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Ross Carina returns to victory lane. Congratulations to him on a job well done. So that'll do it for us here tonight. Again, appreciate you spending your Monday night with all of us. And we'll see you next week at Weed Sport for round 10, Veterans Day. Don't miss out. On behalf of the Coast to Coast Racing League, all the fine drivers and sponsors, Roger Craig and his great group of admins, I'm Marty Sakala saying so long. Your winners tonight, Michael Vitale in Open 358s, Donovan Ross in the 360 Rebels, and Ross Carina in the Renegades. So long, everyone.